Good afternoon. It's time for my week in review here at the Stitching Cottage with Kept in Stitches. Hi, I'm Jean. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me this afternoon in the Stitching Cottage while I share with you everything that has been going on the past week. Well, maybe not quite everything, but most everything. So, what have I been able to accomplish this week? As you know, the major reorganization and sorting and moving and just pretty much redoing everything is still going on. So, that is the major part of what has been going on this past week, and really hot and heavy the last couple days. I have moved tons of fabric and projects around in the Stitching Cottage. I have walked many, many steps, moving all around all the obstacles and hurdles as they are in the way. One of them being Whip himself, who seems to like to lay right in the only pathway left to get from here to there. But anyway, there has been a lot of that going on. You can finally see that there has been a difference made, which if you look behind me, you can see that it is looking a little different back in this entire area. And that's the only part that's in the view. It goes on, that is an 18-foot wall. It goes on beyond that. But I redid the whole section here next to the hand quilting chair right there behind me, the hand stitching handwork chair. And I now have that set up a little bit more pleasant for what I do in that area. And then you will see that up above, I have a lot of my special collections that are in pre-cuts, fat quarter collections, and that type of thing, which, yes, you will see the 2 bundles of Tilda sitting there until they are used in the project that I have intended for them. And then, of course, right up here, you have all of my patriotic fabrics. That collection I wanted to keep together yet. So that is all sorted by red, white, blue, cream, beige, that type of thing, and in their stacks. And then below that, that whole entire shelf that you can't see the length of the shelf for whoops, can't get to it. Where am I going? Right, yeah, the blue cabinet there, turquoise cabinet that holds my Valdani pearl cotton is kind of in the way there. But that are now all in one area instead of several, all of my Civil War era fabric, reproduction fabrics. And below that is all of the, sorry, keep pointing on the wrong side, of the batiks right over here. And then next to that, I also have a bunch of fabric that is for bag making, and those I kept together also. And then farther down, you cannot see, but there are other ones that the fabric has been purchased together specifically to stay in that collection and be used. So those are there. And I can't turn my camera right now and show you, but on the opposite wall that I am facing and looking at right now are all the other fabrics sorted by color. I have the white, gray, and black together. The creams and beiges and tans are all together. Of course, all the golds and browns are together. All my homespuns are together. Just going kind of down the order that they are on the shelves. And then I have some that are red and white in the same fabrics. Those are all together. And then we have the reds and pinks sorted together. All the blues. And then I do have a lot of old Thimbleberries fabrics. So those are all sorted together. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are filled with kids fabrics, lots and lots of kids fabrics. And then of course we have the yellows and the greens, and then we have the specialty seasonal fabrics, which I have Christmas all together, and then fall all together and Halloween. And there are also several kits, works in progress, that are all together and over there. And above all that fabric are all of my books, which have been moved a little bit for where I want them to be, but I have not even begun to sort those yet. So still quite a bit to be done, but yes, like I said, that has been a lot of moving of fabric and things around. What projects was I able to work on while I was doing all that? Because once in a while, yes, I did need to take a break from all of that manual labor. And I was able to work more, of course, on the tulips and tossed greens, which is all in this container. I won't take it out. You know that I've been working on the yo-yos and some of the applique on that project. So that has been worked on this past week. And then we have our stitch along, quarterly stitch along. It is the second quarter project. This month it will be completed. It is the Peaceful Garden. And I have been working on that, trying to get all of this center panel of it done, which the applique is all completed. I have a lot of the embroidery work done on that now, and we'll be able to start doing all the embroidery that is in each individual little square that goes around, and then piece those together and put it all together in this coming month of June. Welcome to June, by the way. So those are, yeah, the two major projects that I have been working on this past week amongst all of the sorting and organizing. Getting back to the sorting and organizing for just a second, I wanted to share with you two books that I have used over and over and over and over again, especially this one because I have moved my complete sewing studio twice. And this is an awesome book to use when you are doing that. It is called Creating Your Perfect Quilting Space, Sewing Room Makeovers for Any Space and Any Budget. And there are just awesome. What I really like, it also, which I just slipped by, where was it? It talks about setting it up ergonomically and everything. And I did do that and followed those directions. But the one thing I wanted to also show you in there, and this is when I talk about my custom shelving that is behind me, because that was all ordered according to my diagram, which these are cutouts of the actual units that I cut out and measured and had laid out exactly in the space when it was in the house. The garage used to be my sewing studio, and I still have all that information in the back of the book. And I also have on graph paper my layout that was my sewing studio when it was in the garage before having the Stitching Cottage, which I also have one of these that I did for the Stitching Cottage, but it is in a different location. It's not in the back of this book. But that is an awesome resource for any size and any budget that you have for your sewing studio or craft studio, whatever it may be. And I will leave a link to that in the description box after I am finished. And then another one that is awesome for just inspiring you with ideas, if nothing else, giving you some ideas, you may have the stuff for some of them, you may not for some, and you will notice I have pages that I have folded over that remind me of something that caught my eye to be able to use. I thought the pants hanger with the strips at that time was a really cool idea, and of course all your scraps in the jars there, but just all kinds of ideas for organization and storage. And I will leave a link for that one for you also. It's called Organizing Solutions for Every Quilter, an illustrated guide to the space of your dreams. But those are two that I go to over and over and over again and use all the time. So they are well worth the investment. One of the other things that I have been working on is my first virtual quilt retreat that is coming up on the 14th, 15th, and 16th. It's already closed for the registration. This first one was for members of my channel only, and it is the Birthday Bash quilt virtual quilt retreat. So this is my book with all those plans in it that I've been working on and finalizing. Can't let any of that information out because everything for that retreat is a surprise. And then also in the bottom basket here, of course, I keep telling you there is something, there are two things that are coming up that are going to be different and special on my channel. And one of those projects is in this bag. So I did want to have it up here because I have been working on that, but I'm not going to show you any of that at this time. And I'm sorry that my color, I think it's when I stand in front of that lamp, but it's coming in and out and changing. I apologize for that. But that is in this project below. And then coming up for June, this is little bin is full of an array of kind of coordinating yarn. But for those of you that crochet, I have been promising that I'm going to do another crochet along project, and this is all going to be made into a large crocheted utility tote, one that you can set like in your mud room if you have one by your entryway, take to the beach, vacations, whatever it is that you may find a use for. But it is going to be a really neat large utility tote that is going to be hopefully starting within the next week or two for those of you that watch my channel that crochet and have been waiting for another crochet along. So that is coming up. And then I did go to our local guilds, well, the closest guild to me has their quilt show every other year, and they happen to have it at the fairgrounds right here for the county in the city that I live in. So I attended that Friday morning with a couple of my other quilting buddies. One of them, Debbie Williams. She shows up in the Zooms and everything, and is one of my students that comes over to the Stitching Cottage quite often. But I was really good. I did not get a bunch of stuff because, of course, in all the organizing and everything that I've been doing, I realized I do not have space for anything else. So I will share with you quickly what my, oops, one more in there I missed, what my purchases were there. And I'll try and go, whoa, sorry, kind of in the order that I got them. There was a woman with some old sewing baskets, old buttons, not a lot of old lace, but some lace, some handkerchiefs and stuff. But she also had the wooden spools that we use for our snippet rolls for those of you that have been doing the slow stitching. And these are really hard to come by, and her prices were I thought really good on those. So I quickly snatched up 3 of them. And it was funny because there wasn't a lot of them. And I was looking at them, and Debbie was standing there, and she says, I probably should get one of those. As my hand is going on the shelf, that one, and I'm picking them off. And I said, well, you better hurry up and grab one before I have them all. but so I got 3 different ones, so I have those for more snippet rolls. And then let's set those down there right now. This is a pattern that I already had. So why am I showing it, do you ask? Because I did not have the clasps that are needed to make both of those wallets that this pattern is for. And they happen to have those at one of the booths that was at the vendors that was at the quilt show. So I picked up 2 of them because there is a small and a large one, but they both use the same size clasp. So I was able to pick that up and of course put it right away in the pattern so they're together and I won't lose that. And there is one booth that always, it is a local gal. They are located in Jeffersonville, but they go to all the quilt shows all over the country. They are hardly ever home because they are on the road taking all their stuff. They have miniature templates for EPP, a lot of Civil War era prints and fabrics and fat quarters and things, and a lot of patterns for them. And then they also have the pre-stamped embroidery, and these were just little squares that they had thrown in a little overnight suitcase that you could buy individually. Oops, that's not showing up too well. That's a coffee cup with a flower on it there. I think I got 2 of the cup, and then this bird on a spool. But I picked those up just to have for either slow stitching projects that I do or their suggestion on the little sign by where they were selling said to use them in the making of a mug rug. So that's another idea for them. But I picked those up. And then the only other thing that I picked up, and just because I thought they were really a cute idea, and it was only $4 for the kit. It is, and you can't tell, but it's got the fabrics in there, and they make up a cute, there's 2 different sizes. They make up a really cute little pouch that you could use in your, there's bees on that one, and a Christmas one, but you could make that up and use it as a needle book, or, you know, just a little bag to put in your purse. But I picked up five of them. They were only $4. You might as well round it off, right? But I picked those up because I thought they would make really nice gifts, things to have made up and on the side, very handy. So that is all that I purchased at the quilt show. And so it's on to mail call. What did I get in the mail? The first thing that I'm going to show you is maybe just a little hint of one of the things that may be coming soon as a new ongoing by episode special going on my YouTube. And I got this beautiful, it is the Be Colorful Quilt Collection. It is her book showing all of her patterns for this special collection by Jacqueline Dijon. And it is this beautiful, beautiful book. That's all I'm going to show you. But that is an awesome, awesome, inspiring, beautiful book. It would be, you know, what you call a coffee table book, but very, very awe-inspiring. So I did get that in the mail. And then I also, Connecting Threads was having, it was just like, it was a short sale on their threads, and my long arm likes their long arm thread. So I got, and we'll just leave it in the box, I got 4, oops, get the flap down out of the way. I got 4 different colors to add to my long arm thread. The one is gray. We have what's called antique, a yellow, and a blue. So I did pick those up while they were on sale. Great time to stock up on long arm thread or any thread whenever it is on sale. And then of course, the week wouldn't be complete without a box from Soft Squares, would it? So yes, got another box from Lynn's Monday night sales that she has live at 5 o'clock Utah time. I forget which time zone that is. And it's 7 o'clock, I know, Eastern Eastern Standard Time. But this time she was having a lot of pre-cuts that time, so I was able to pick up the Lights On. It's all white fabrics, and I'm sure if I show you the back of that, yeah, it shows a little bit, but the different white on white fabrics that are in that. Always useful to have that. And then I don't do a lot of Halloween, but I thought this Little Witch ones were cute, and I got 2 because a lot of the patterns I use for charm packs take 2. So when I can, I get 2 rather than just 1 of the same. So isn't that cute? Cute little charm squares. And I also got this jelly roll. I'm trying to see which collection it is, which it is one of my favorite designers, Figaro from Fig Quilts, but it's Fresh Fig Favorites is the name of this jelly roll. Beautiful, beautiful. Oops. Yeah, we'll slow down a little there, but love all the colors in that jelly roll. Great for some summer sewing. And then, of course, I got one of Mr. Fix-It's scrap bags. And this time we have some beautiful teapot fabric. Looks like some wedding fabric with the champagne glasses and everything on there. Let me open it up and see what other fabrics are in there. I can't see them. If I can get the bag open. There we go. Let's check and see what's under there. Well, that's kind of, oh, this is really, I'm kind of excited about this one because I can see a lot of possibilities with that in the slow stitching projects. Using that for, but that is cute. I like that one. And then this one, well, I can see it being put to use too, because you know I love fabrics that have words on them. So this is another one that is in there, and it actually is, looks like a lot of things about wine or wine country. And then of course, yeah, it seems to be a little bit of a party and drinking theme going on with these fabrics. But that is the other one. And then the larger, there's a lot of yardage on this one. We're making sure, which it's actually, let me make sure. No, it strips of the same teapot fabric. So yeah, I will find, with all of the hand stitching type things that I do, I will find lots of things to put those fabrics to use. And of course, he always signs the bag. His autograph is on every bag that he does. And then, of course, because I spent over the $20, evidently spent over 40 or whatever, because there are 2 free fat quarters that go along with it. And look, they even coordinate. Isn't that awesome? Awesome. So yes, we will kind of shove that back in there for now. Put these in there so I don't lose them. More things to find room for on the shelf. Shelves, yeah. More than one shelf going on. Okay, and we talked about that. So the last thing that we have, it's a new month, and talking about everything that's been going on. Let me also move that back out of the way. I think the rest is out of my way. It is a new month. This is my work in progress inventory. Right here in this notebook, everything is listed over 200 projects. Caught that just in time. And in my thimble here, I have all of the numbers. So I decided that why not draw the number for the project, that the work in progress that I have to work on. Doesn't have to be completed in this month, but I do have to work on it. Why not draw that during my week in review? And I will show everyone what that project is going to be, hopefully. I mean, I do have them all listed on the inventory where they are located in here, but some things got moved around just a little bit. So we'll see, but it's really hard to, there's a lot in there when you've got over 200 works in progress, and they're not all listed in there. I found a lot when I was doing all the organizing, so there's a few that I'm going to have to add on to here. But we're gonna get a number out of there. They're all stuck together. Oh. Number 184. So now I have to go and see what number 184 is and where it is located. Oh my goodness. I know exactly where it's located. That is a wool block of the month. It is the Sample Maker wool block of the month, which is a very, very huge project. But bear with me just a minute. I'm going to go around and get it and show you what that project is. I'm going back behind the long arm where it is stored underneath the long arm. And it's only taking me a moment to get to it. That is the one benefit of being organized. I was able to get to that very quickly because I knew exactly where it was, and it's also listed on here where it is. And I will show you what that project is. Which I'm trying to see if I have. No, they're all in order. I don't think I have here. Here is one that shows, yep, shows the entire the entire quilt. That's what I was trying to find. But it doesn't want to stay open. It is this project right here. And it is, mine is going to be, mine's not going to be done in wool. You could do it in wool or cotton. Mine is going to be done in cotton instead of wool. And you could have the dark version or the lighter version. I went with the lighter background version. So that is what number I pulled that I will need to be working on. There are the two versions. It's Bonnie Sullivan and Dawn Heath. I may be saying that wrong, but both of them are the designers of this, and it was called the Sample Maker. But that shows the one colorway and the other colorway. The one done in wool, the one done in cottons. So that is that project. Put everything back in there so it is neat and ready to go. Stick my number back in there. We don't want to put it back in the thimble to be pulled again. So that is the project that I have to work on this month. Definitely will not be getting that project done this month, but it'll be an interesting one to get started on. And so, as you notice, it's a block of the month, and yeah, I never quite keep up with them. But so that is going to be exciting to work on. And I think that covers everything that I had for you this week. Was it enough to keep you interested? Was it enough to inspire some of you? And share in the Facebook group, if you are in there, what you have been doing this past week in your crafting, sewing, whatever it may be, area that you have. would love to know and love to see what other people are also working on. It inspires all of us. So never be afraid to share in the group what it is you're working on. That is it. I will say have a great rest of your Sunday afternoon and evening. And in the meantime, always remember, I can keep you in stitches. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.